Hey, Chris. 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 Chris Jarman.
Chris Jarman.
No, Chris. Just tell people in the media, in the fellowship hall that we're getting started. Will you just holler at them because you have a lot of authority in your voice? Hey, Catherine. Catherine, do you see Lee out there? Lee, come.
She's sitting right in the...
Oh, Lee. Would you go to ask her to come up here? Let me call the meeting to order. Could everyone sit down and let's get started? We're behind schedule. Thanks. Who has that voice? Was that you, Wes? All right. You're my official designee from now on. Very good. Please have a seat so we can go ahead and get started. We're getting a little bit of a late start this morning. I'm Becky Gregory. I'm president of the Board of Trustees. I want to welcome you. We have a few things that we'll go over today before we vote on new members of the board and nominees for the board and for the nominating committee. In case anyone doesn't put a name with a face yet, for some of these board members, I wanted to introduce them. That's Dan Scott on the end. He's a trustee. He recently crazily had both knees replaced at once, and so it's more comfortable for him to stand up sometimes, so that's what's happening there. Mark Anderson is our secretary of the board. Catherine Enyart, next to him, is treasurer. She will be leaving the board at this point after today. Lee Collins is a trustee also on the board, and Sue Buckley, who is a trustee who will also be leaving after her term as trustee today. Crystal Jervis, who is vice president of the board, and I have worked together to put this program together, but at the last minute she ended up with 2 sick kids and not feeling well herself. So she's not here. We've had to improvise a little bit, so bear with us on the order of everything. Let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to just go over some things, not every single thing, but a lot of things that have been new in just the first 5 months of this year. First of all, we got to welcome our new intern, AJ Juraska. They are just terrific, and we're so lucky to have them here. We also had our really successful Vitus Robotus, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, T-shirt display, which really a lot of the church participated in, and I think that was really a terrific effort, I think mostly led by Lindy and her crew with the Jedi people. We've had new activities this year for women, men, children's choir, all of us together. We had a really successful service auction just, 2 weeks ago. We're hoping to start making that an annual event. we had a lot of fun, and we'll build on what we did this year and hopefully improve it each year. We've had new pizza dinner for new members. Mostly because of Joel Burku, we have a new redesigned website, which is just really a huge improvement and super. And we also had a lot of people working on updating or getting us a new calendar and for our church events. And that's been really a hard-worked issue that I think has finally meant a lot of improvement. We had circle suppers in, I guess, January, February, and that was a lot of fun. I hope that you got to attend one. I suspect we'll continue to do those, and so if you missed one, start up again. Betty Johnson is doing intuitive collage workshops, which is a great example of a member bringing their talents to all of us, and it's really super, and one's coming up on May 31st. Really exciting. Scheduled for September is a church-wide retreat at U-Bar-U for the weekend, and I know there'll be a lot of participation in that and a lot of you guys signing up for it. We're hoping to, well, we're not hoping, we are going to have a rummage sale in September, on September 6th. I will be getting a planning committee together in early June on that, and we will also need all of you to help out on that. And then really terrific is that we got to have a baby sprinkle, which for the uninformed, which I was, is sort of a more casual baby shower. What old people call a baby shower. And so that was terrific to celebrate Quinn West, who is already here attending church every week. But I noticed this morning, this place was full of babies. It was terrific. So that is so fun. I'm going to ask Catherine, our treasurer, to give you a quick budget update on where we are, and call her up here. Oh, sorry. That's okay. No problem. Catherine just found out she's doing this about 10 minutes ago. So.
Yes, I'm just jumping right in here. Hi, y'all. I'm Catherine, she, her. So the budget update, this is just obviously a real short and sweet. We had the Share the Plate collections so far, that was the amount that we collected for the first quarter of the year. That's the $3,750.
That's for just March.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
But I'll explain that in a second about that. So that was money we raised for the ESL ABE program. And then our service auction raised just shy of $6,000, which is, and that's thanks to y'all for bidding and for participating. And I got to tell you that those are really fun because you can get to know people when you bid on a party at their house, or you get a service from them and you get to work one-on-one with someone that you don't know, or it's always a whole lot of fun. So I'm glad we're going to carry that forward. So the pledge income is ahead of the amount budgeted through the end of April. This is all numbers from the end of April. And our income and expenses, as you can see, I hope everybody can read that okay. We are in the black. Yeah. And so that's not unusual for this time of year. We have a number of people who pay their whole annual pledge at the beginning of the year, and we also have people who pay at the end. So that's always kind of a little bit of a hair raiser when you get nearer to the end, but everybody seems to be really stepping up to support our work in our congregation. This year we were trying something new, and the board voted to have a Share the Plate, once every quarter for a program that our church does, that instead of an outside organization, it's something that we are doing to promote our values in the community. And that was what the money that was raised in March for the ESL ABE program. So that's going to happen four times, yes. Once a quarter, 1 month's share of the plate will go to one of those programs. And we can, I don't have the list in front of me of the ones we're going to be supporting, but I'm sure we have it if you need to know or want to know. And so we are 33% of the way into the year as of the end of April, and we've collected 43% of the income anticipated from pledges. So it's a good thing. It's not unusual for that to happen, but we're celebrating the fact that we are really on track to have a good, solid year. Let's keep it up.
Thanks, Catherine. I did want to mention on the income versus expenses, just like happens in your household. Some months we have a lot more expenses come in for various reasons, and other months we have less income. So that varies quite a bit, but this is certainly a better situation than the reverse, so we're happy. Now I'm going to call up Sue Buckley, who we're not going to call her the potty lady, but we could. So let her update you on our bathroom projects.
What a reputation. I am happy to say that the men and women's bathroom off the fellowship hall is complete. It's had a nice facelift, and it will now function as fully wheelchair accessible bathrooms. There's sinks at 2 different levels. There's a large stall that has plenty of circumference for turning of a wheelchair with grab bars. So if you haven't already christened those facilities, I might suggest that you walk down and take a look at how nice the facelift looks there. The next and the last bathroom project will be the bathrooms off the Welcome Center here. We're hoping to get started on those within a week or two. Basically cleaning them up, reconfiguring the stalls in the ladies' bathroom, new paint, new sinks, some new lighting, and the men's bathroom. I hope this is not too confusing. The men's bathroom will miraculously become the family all-gender bathroom. Well needed, and that bathroom will function for all comers, families, men. There will be a lock on the inside of the door, so people could have some privacy in there if they're tending to their infant on the changing table or just needing a little more space. And if the all-gender bathroom should be occupied when the need calls for you guys, I suggest that you just take a stroll down the hall, because the men's handicap bathroom has plenty of room. All right. No. No. But the stalls lock. So, yes, Barbara.
Where's the changing station until that?
It is in the men's bathroom. We put it there in anticipation of the changes, so that's a little awkward. I apologize for that. And there also is a changing station in between the nursery and the preschool room down the Shirami Hall. So that could be used in a pinch also. Okay, but hopefully the last restoration, facelift, cleanup will occur fairly quickly. Thank you very much for all your support.
Wayne, you want to come on up? Wayne Gregory is going to bring you some information from the Breeze team, and I'll have him come up now.
Well, I hate following the budget report, but the budget report and the potty lady is, really, really, really tough. But as this was going to be an appeal for people to join Breeze and the amazing connective power of Breeze. But as I look out, I don't think I see very many people who aren't users of Breeze yet. If you are, let me know, could get you signed up. Breeze is our electronic database information system. Is also our membership directory. We were charged last October, we meaning Colleen Beery, Joel Verku, Tim Buckley, Betty Johnson, Jeff Lauer, who were charged, and seeing the people in this group, you can understand why we were charged. We weren't convicted, but the charge stuck. The charge did stick, and we're about finished with our work. We got policies and procedures developed and training done for leaders and board and executive committee. And now the next step really, and over the summer for consecutive weeks, we're going to be campaigning to increase the uptake of Breeze here. While we have 97 users, that's only 58% of our membership. And this is such an amazingly powerful tool. If I meet a new person and the unlikely event that I can't remember their name, I can go look up their photo and remember their name in Breeze. It's really, really a fascinating, powerful connecting tool. And so far, I'm the only one with an interest in Breeze and saltwater fishing. But you can list interest in Breeze too, and the whole database of interest is searchable. So you can find people of like minds, like interests, and really begin to connect. You can also use Breeze to update your giving to the church. So it is really a church management system. I want to ask your help over the next few weeks. The Breeze team is going to be spearheading a kind of a sign-up, and we're going to be available in the fellowship hall, the welcome center, and at tables, and encouraging people to sign up for Breeze and to upload their photographs. Will help with that, and to write out what their interests are. And so when you see us, help us out and see if you want to know any more about the Breeze process itself. So thank you very much. See you soon.
So when Crystal and I were plotting out this meeting, and usually we just kind of divvy it up, I insisted that I get to do this part because I have been so impressed and have become so fond of Catherine and Sue. And I wanted this opportunity to really brag on them. They will both be leaving the board after incredible service. And it's just been great to have them and to have their input. I'm going to start with talking a little bit about Catherine and embarrassing her. She never thinks that she knows enough about what she's doing, and she always does know enough and exceeds that. She really threw herself into this job. She mastered a lot of stuff. She set about learning the ropes, and she has taken care of it and done a great job. She's been a real contributor on the board in terms of our discussions, our decisions on the board. Catherine has a really long history at this church, almost from the beginning, I think, maybe, near about. And that has added so much to the board, of course, to have someone on the board with that kind of history. What you'll find with both Catherine and Sue is that they are active in so many other ways at Live Oak. Catherine's in the choir. She serves various times on home team. She is one of the always there Fresh Food Fridays workers. She's on stewardship. She's been up here each month giving you guys monthly updates on the budget. She walks the labyrinth. She's everywhere, and she does so much here. And I have grown to really enjoy working with her, and she's a lot of fun. And we do have a lot of fun on the board. We get up here and act like it's just very tedious, but that's not true at all. We have a blast. So I wanted to say thank you to Catherine and ask you to give her a hand. And this is the last time I'm going to say potty lady, because I don't want to be blamed for getting it to become a habit, but it's too late, okay. Sue has served as a trustee on the board, and she may have made the single largest contribution by a board member by single-handedly getting these bathrooms updated. This has really been, they've needed it for a long time. If you're not sure, look at the front hall bathrooms, because they're as dated as all the other ones were. And it's been a struggle. It's always a struggle to figure out how to pay for these projects. It's always a struggle to find the right contractor. It's always a struggle to get the supplies in. You know, anyone ever remodeled your house, you know what I'm talking about. It's a nightmare. And Sue really, I admit, with Tim helping out a lot too, they have just both handled this job just themselves. That's who's done it. And I really want to give her our greatest appreciation for that. This is something that really makes a difference for the look of our church, the sense that you are welcome here. And, you know, until today, we had not had a bathroom that was handicap accessible for someone in a wheelchair. And now we have it. And that just speaks so much to our values. And Sue is responsible for that. She's a mad researcher. She has helped us so much in digging into stuff. I guess, was it last year you took on the insurance hunt? When we lost our insurance, Sue did all the research and chased that down and did a great job, got us a new provider. Like Catherine, Sue is someone who does things at this church. She doesn't just talk about them, she gets them done. Sometimes ahead of where I think we ought to be, but she gets it done. So, when you find supplies in the kitchen, have you ever thought about why there are napkins in the kitchen or cups or anything else that we need? Sue manages that. It's a big job. I mean, many weeks, I would not think there are many weeks that she's not tending to that in some way. She takes home the dish towels to wash, keeps the fridge clean. I mean, these are little things that make this place so much more comfortable and useful and enjoyable for the rest of us. Sue also serves on stewardship. She's on building and grounds. She works on home team at times. She is the rental committee, working with Diane to handle our rentals. I hope that you show both of them the appreciation that I feel for them. I'll miss both of them so much on the board, and I think the board will miss them. Luckily, they're sticking around at the church, so we will benefit from their presence. But let's give them both a hand. That's a live oak twig from my very own live oak in my yard.
This is beautiful, thank you.
Okay, finally, we're getting to where we need to be to get our new board in place and our new nominating committee in place. The positions you'll be voting on, well, let me back up. If you are a member of the church this year, you are eligible to vote, and we need you to vote, because if we don't have enough people voting, we have failed. We have to have a quorum voting to vote on this. If you are a visitor here, and I hope visitors have come in to hear about this and how the church operates, but you are not eligible to vote. Only members can vote. Nominated for the board positions are Tim Buckley as treasurer, Colleen Beery as trustee. Tim has been around the church a long time. He's been in many different roles here, and will make a great treasurer, I believe. Colleen Beery is somewhat new to our church, but we are so grateful that she left beautiful Mexico, though, to move here to be near family, and she has a long membership in other UU churches and congregations. The nominating committee, people who are being nominated to serve on the nominating committee are Tracy Norwood, Tina Cordes, and Luke Brockle, all of whom are real contributors here. So we do have paper ballots for anyone who wants them. We also have, you can scan the QR code to vote. You can also go onto our website to vote if you want to vote later. And those people at home can also, if they are members, can also vote. I don't have anything else. I want to encourage all of you to vote right now so we can get it done. Are there any questions that anyone has about anything on the operations of the church that I might know about? It doesn't have to just be about items covered in the meeting today. But if there are any questions or comments, just raise your hand and we'll bring you a microphone. Anything? Yes?
Are these people here? I'm here to learn who people are.
Okay. Well, Tim Buckley is here. There he is. Behind. Yeah. Here's Colleen. I haven't seen Tracy this morning, and I actually don't see Tina, and Tina is always here. Yeah. She has what? Car trouble. Okay. And I don't think Luke is here today either. Okay. So those two board nominees are here. Okay. There don't seem to be any other questions or comments.
Do we know, we don't have to know if we have a quorum because people can vote until when? When is the vote?
Through next Saturday.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you're going to vote online, please do it promptly so we can make sure that we have enough of a vote. So, yeah.
Thank you. How much is a quorum? How many do
A third.
A third?
Yeah. Or it'll be 50 members. We have to have 50 members voting, yeah. Okay, yeah, raise your hand if you want a paper ballot. We have them here. Dan, can you manage that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up anyway.
Okay, Dan wants to walk around. So if you need a paper ballot, if there's no other business, questions, or anything, we will adjourn. But please go ahead and vote. Raise your hand right now if you need a paper ballot. Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it that you're here. Bye-bye.